Hello, Mark Donegan, self healing practitioner and educator, ordained minister, aka Goldilocks. I finally got that damn surgery done. When did I have it done? December 11th. Pull out my little calendar here. Time's kind of been flying. Yeah, I went on December 11th, which was a Wednesday. They kept me through the weekend and they kicked my bum out first thing Monday morning on the 16th, which was exactly a week ago. So I'm not even 2 weeks post op yet, but I've been home for almost a week by myself. Uh, the one guy I had for a worker didn't even didn't even make it through doing the laundry without failing. He didn't even get inside the building. I threw my key card down to the guy, expecting him to walk in the two doors that were standing in front of him. He walked all the way around the building, walked inside. By the time I found him, we were both so pissed at each other. We both told each other to fuck off. So there went my help. So, and I had already done laundry by the time that asshole called me. So I didn't care anyways. And then, the elevator's been down here, so I can't use my scooter to get food. So that's been the big trauma around here. Nobody ever gets together to sue this place. And it's going to happen eventually because I keep getting more information and putting it in the Anderson Valley Advertiser. And um, I don't know if that'll bring an attorney's help or not. Or I don't know if they can help or not. The elevator, they fucked it up, and we're the ones paying the price, and nobody gives a fuck. I mean, the city's met, they fined them. Um, they won't criminally charge them like I asked. And what's the next step if they won't do it and somebody's going to die? You have a three-story building and you've got 300-pound people on the third floor. And they know all this shit. It's all in the paper. I wrote it all. So surgery gave me no break whatsoever. I swear to God. The day I got out of surgery, there was a line of fucking people waiting for me outside this building to complain about this building. The same people that never do anything about this building. And yeah, I fucking went off on them too. And so yeah, I think my first couple of days here, I was just laying into people, man. And then I never did really get a break. Started feeling my wounds, and that was the other thing is the medications. Is like, oh my god, um, I did not think I would need that much medication. They didn't think I needed it. I kept trying to force not to take it, and by the third night of not sleeping, the nurses told the doctors, "You will give this guy more medication so he will sleep." And it was an incredible amount, and that was the amount I had to stay on the whole time I was there, because I can't even describe that kind of pain. And so yeah, every 4 hours, bring me my pain meds. And then so when I got out, they gave me like a shit ton of them. I didn't even check the bottle. I just kept taking what they were giving me. And like 4 days later, they called me and they said, "You taking everything away we told you?" And I'm, "Yeah." And they said, "Well, let's go over your bottles." And I'm like, "Oh fuck! You guys cut me half on my opiate meds and didn't tell me on my pain meds. You cut me in half and didn't tell me." I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! And so the lady's going, "Well, I don't know what to do." And I'm like, "Well, I don't care. I'll work it out," because I really don't. Um, yeah, I'll get real sick and I'll go into shock without that shit. So I didn't because I seen my pain doctor right after I knew I was, and I did. And he drove me crazy because he was on vacation and he did a phone video. And it's our second phone uh, conversation to refill opiates, was I'm not even sure is legal, but whatever, doc, cool. But he just said, "Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Well, are you going to give me enough opiates to cover what these assholes put me on or not?" And he's like, "Mark, just don't worry about it." And I'm like, Oh my God, okay. And so I had him up me on the other two anti-seizure medications that I was only taking a half dose to begin with because I didn't like them. So I had him just go ahead and give me the morning dose too, try to knock me down a little, get out of this pain, and get the fuck off these opiates, which is number one priority. So just by them calling me and telling me I was fucked, I had to cut way back, and I haven't made myself suffer too bad, and I'm not going to. I'm going to take whatever I need. But the way it looks like, my pain doc wrote me to go back to my normal level that he had me on. When these guys' extra medication runs out in about a week, and which looks like good timing to me, to bring myself to that point in a week's time, depending on my pain, of course. But I'm gonna have to talk about that. It's special. Um, so I wanted to get the meds out of the way first. So yeah, having to take heavy pain meds, and this baclofen muscle relaxer they like to give because it's non-narcotic. I never liked it in the past, never worked, but it's working like a champ now. Anything that will slow down the nerve spasms and that type of thing. Um, but yeah, man, they did me a royal. I cannot complain about this surgery one little bit. If it fucks up, it's because I fucked it up, either by dropping off and having a little tobacco, or by just simply breaking it by doing too much, which now I see is well within the realm of possibilities. And now I know why they warn me not to do shit. Because yeah, it freaking hurts, and it does. It's gonna make it worse if I keep doing it. Because I got staples all over. I've gotten to the point where I know I have 4 points of entry, and each one is smaller than the other, or I could say each one is bigger than the other. But yeah, they did my whole backside. They did the zipper of my back. That was the second day. Um, that was the longer one, but I would have thought, and it feels like that was the easier one, as much as it hurts. But doesn't hurt as bad as I thought getting rods and bolts. And yeah, there's staples all the way down my back. And there was another doctor thing. They wanted me to keep them covered, and I refused because I know better. You cover those suckers, and they'll get infected. And I don't have anybody to help me change them anyway. So out of the realm of possibilities. So what I've been doing is this real tricky bath move where I do my upper half real careful and don't let the water run down. That's how I did it the first week. I changed now. And then I dry myself, and then I would take a full bottle of alcohol and make sure that it only ran down the middle of my spine. It didn't get near any of the other holes they put in me. Over all my other holes are on the left side. They didn't put none on the right side. So I only got these left side holes to worry about. And so they put a little, like 3 stapler down here in my hip. I have no idea what that fucker's for. And then I got about a 6 to 8 stapler down here in my thigh, in my groin. Uh, that one, they go in there. That one is the front one. They went in there the first day, and they went that's the bottom part they went into, because they went in the top part too. That's the big hole. So they went in both ways, and they just tore up on them ribs. And they rebuilt my whole front of my spine, and they did that through the side. So I only have the staples there. So I got 3 down low. I got 6 or 8 across the thigh where we went in through the bottom, and then up top here on my left abdomen, upper abdomen, I've got about 12. And yeah, they must have did some major work in there. It surely hurts, and there's surely some bones missing. And it's all like puffed and inflated, but it's not um, infected or anything. It's just my belly's relaxed and released, and it's going through all these changes with around eating and food, and most of that's down around my groin area because that just freaking hurts. So I'm not really able to eat much yet. Yeah, pretty much. I just started eating solid food last couple of days. You know, they were giving me solid food, bacon and eggs right away, but their solid food's not my solid food or our solid food. So like yesterday, I had some, or 3 days ago, I started having sausage and eggs in the morning. Pretty heavy breakfast, and I did that because they overdid my bowel medication because they didn't listen to me when they upped my meds. They didn't understand that I was already on a pretty high dose. That's why we had to up them, and so it wasn't going to affect my bowels like they thought it would. And I told them not to give me the medication. So the first 2 nights after surgery, I had to get up because I was shitting my ass off. And so the joke was before I got out, the nurses would walk in, say, "Yeah, it's time for your enema." And I'd say, "You motherfuckers." So when I got home, I just waited, and yeah, it eventually caught up a little. And I got this stuff called Swiss Chris. Swiss Chris. It is a natural herbal laxative, and you have to know how to use it, and I do very well. And I started using it, and it worked pretty much within 24 hours, and the way it was supposed to, and I didn't overdo it, thankfully, because you can, especially if you're stopped up, and feel about even now. And yeah, planning out a little breakfast with Monk tomorrow morning. So hopefully get back eating a little normal. But man, all around my abdomen and especially my backside, it's just like my backside's pain. Like it's it's like a deep ache. It just intensely doesn't go away, but at times just puts you to tears. And other times you can just somehow ride through it. And other times you can even do stuff. And I knew going into this that was the trick, was to get my head out of this pain cycle and keep it out of there. And so that's what I'm going to be trying to do as I intensely pull away my opiates, because I'm not really going on enough other stuff to stop all of that trauma that's going to come. But that's going to hopefully go away. It feels like everything feels good. Feels like they pulled them staples out, and I'm good to go. Other than just being careful with my spine down to my groin area, especially. That's where I feel it. My tailbone. I can feel all that intense bone work that did all the way up and down my spine, and especially to my tailbone, because they did go up and down and anchor everything to my prior fusion down at L4-5. Thank God they did that better than anybody else could ever do it. Um, so that's about it. I lived through that son of a bitch like it was nothing. Um, and did it by myself and doing it by myself. Christmas is 2 days. I could care less. Um, miss my family. Gonna miss my family, but still, hope they understand. Just trying to live, just trying to stay alive, and without their help, not easy. Not easy. Keeping that spirit up was the hardest. Is the hardest. But I got these other things with these, what people call them politics, but I don't know, these other things I'm doing in the community with the behavioral health, and they were the only ones that sent me flowers, and they were just like, they were the only ones contacting me and saying like, "Yeah, get your ass back here. We want you to get to work with us." And I'm like, "Cool. I know exactly what I'm doing with that." And then a couple of my street cases here are taking good turns here around Christmas time, which is I'm being happy about. So those things made me kind of happier than anything else. I had that line of whining people from this place, but then I had my street people in the system doing what it was supposed to do for a change. Thankfully, not for me. And, yeah, I feel kind of sick now. So that's about it. All I can do. Gonna have to take a couple of hits and try to get this stomach not to throw. And then definitely time for sleep if I can get it. But the day worked out weird. So I thought I'd get on here and say, yeah, proof of life. I used to give proof of life often because I was never sure. And like I said, I rolled through this like this is nothing, even though I did some long talks with God. You know, 6 hour surgery the first day, 8 hours the second day. Yeah, me and God talked a lot. I haven't even deciphered it all. but, but like I said, I came back and the message and the work was clear. So let's leave it at that. Peace out, love. Merry Christmas. Bye.